The Conceited Knowbody. Every Tuesday at 8 p.m.
What's up?
Even though I know
We
this
back with another. You say what? We back with another edition of the best podcast you never heard of, The Conceited Knowbody, episode 103. You already know what this is. This is Taurus, aka the Blueprint, aka the Commodity. We up in here with a fantastic show on deck. You already know who I got to the right. My favorite Muslim in here with the fresh haircut.
And look, bro, it's almost over.
School picture day and shit.
Yeah. I was ready. You put lotion on my face and there, grease on my face. We ain't use lotion. Put grease on your face.
Anyway, I got my favorite Muslim to the right. We're gonna skip our main guest to introduce. You gonna say the best for last for today. So we got Kambria next. Shout out to the man who make it happen, the man with the master plan. Kodak motherfucking Super Juvie. He got so much shit, aka Renaissance Juvie. We call him Renaissance Juvie for anybody the first time listening because he can do it all at a high level. And to his left, we have our guest today, talented young lady who was in a gang, joined a gang in college.
Oh, Lord.
Now we got to his left. How you want an R&B singer, actress?
I'm an entertainer. R&B singer, actress, dancer, whatever you need. I can do it.
Everything.
She cool, yeah, she good. She's a great dancer and singer.
Oh,
But we got Kambria. Is that your real name?
Kambria, yeah.
Kambria. I pronounce it like a white person.
No, you pronounce it like a black person. That's how black people pronounce it.
How white people do it.
Kambria.
Kambria. We got shout out to Kambria. She here kicking with us. I told Javon, I told her too, because I'm not two-faced that she been ducking us.
Oh,
We
Lord.
been trying to get her on the show. Her car broke down.
Oh, why you telling everybody?
Hey, listen, we keep it real here. As far as
Sorry, my
allegations
laugh is
go.
so annoying.
Yeah, and I'm be honest with you, that shit was kind of chalkboard screechy. No, but we're gonna have a fantastic show. We got her in here on the heels of having Jamal up here. Shout out to Jamal. He came here. We owe Jamal a public apology. We accused him of having that furry keychain. We didn't accuse him to his face, but it was a false alarm. That keychain didn't belong to him. It belonged to Javar's significant other. He's been exonerated of all charges. Shout out to Jamal.
Shout out to Jamal.
It's crazy how we always talk about, well, I know we talk about amongst ourselves, about how you connect in Indianapolis and how you can just network and meet people. Some people use social media just for entertainment, just to play around, and I've been a part of that crowd. But once you start figuring out ways to expand yourself, your brand, or whatever you're trying to do, what's that? Shout out to Nicholas. We don't do the Nicky shit. Shout out to Nicholas. Grown man shit. But listen. It's good that he walked in because he's a prime example of this, of how you can use networking opportunities. Nikki just came in with the, what the fuck is this? Only two people? Where everybody else at? They know what they'll punish me.
This is Nori to go. Nori to go.
What's up, man? You gonna be on the show? Well, American, ain't you?
Yeah.
I recognize that hair
That's my
anywhere.
boo.
It's you, Cisco, Dennis, Rob, man. I recognize that hair anywhere. What's happening, man?
I'm pretty good. How you doing?
Cool. Listen, y'all ain't gonna storm me to crash the party. This is absolutely about Kambria. No, what's happening, man?
All about me. Hi, I know.
Good seeing you, man. We seen that turnout you had last Tuesday. It was very impressive. I'm not even bullshit. That shit was spooky. It was spooky because them motherfuckers was walking there like Thriller or some shit.
Hey, by the way,
I'm trying to get safe.
Everybody know we talking about, man, on the air. We had Nicky Neptune just walk in the building. He usually got like 50 motherfuckers with him. So he was a little surprised to see he walk here by himself, man. Star himself. And you had Nori the GOAT just walk in here, man, another artist we might have on the podcast later on. I just downloaded his shit today. He got 2 more tracks. One was with Sprue. Sprue came here before.
Man, what the fuck? Hold on, man. Does Sprue still got blonde hair?
I think so.
What was this like? What was this experience? Like, was y'all confused of who was who? Like,
Hey
man, you me? It's like that Spider-Man meme and shit.
Nah, it really wasn't like that when we first met. Like, cause I didn't have it at first.
Oh, so you copied this? You dropped this fresh?
No.
What happened?
I had planned on doing it like before I met him, and I'm.
Hold on, we're gonna say this for your interview.
Yeah, all right.
We gonna say that for y'all.
I got it's a whole story behind that.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Shout out to Dennis Rodman in 1996 Bulls Dynasty.
1996, yes. That's when I was born.
That's childish.
That's childish.
But no, we got.
Why you like
Yeah.
that?
we got our guest though. We got Kambria here, and I was just talking about the networking. It's just social media, how when you use it to a positive thing, you can meet people. We met Nikki, and Nikki, he been a great asset, and even a friend. He's been somebody good to me. He a hard worker. He's a perfect example of how hard work pay off. And when you win, man, it feel like I feel like a slight victory and shit. Cause I like to see that shit. Cause when you see somebody work that hard, it takes a lot of courage to be like in music videos in orange underwear. And I applaud that.
First you said
It was
pink.
It was
Orange sounds better.
It was
Orange
fuchsia at
sounds-
best.
orange sounds
It was a
better.
strong
I
fuchsia.
mean, but you know.
But no, so here we are with Kambria, and we just had Jamal on here, and then before that we were just at our 100th celebration where we met everybody, and we've been able to like work with everybody and watch everybody grow in some capacity. And it's cool that she said that this is her first time being on a podcast. So this like some Patrick Mahomes shit. We're gonna talk about football, but like you got MVP in your rookie season. You hit the lottery on the best podcast. But what's that? You want to tell everybody a quick intro to yourself?
Alright, yo, what's up, y'all? My name is Kambria. I am a singer, actress, dancer, whatever. I like to call myself an entertainer. You can follow me on any social media at Kambria Music, and that's with a K, not with a C.
You got to spell the rest of that
Oh,
shit. That ain't
shit.
normal.
Kambria. No C. But I don't really know what else to say. I sing.
That's all right.
I
That's
sing,
cool.
y'all.
We're gonna get more into it a little bit. First, we're gonna kick it off with. I was gonna talk about the shows, man. Them motherfucking Power, Snowfall, little NFL. But I have to kick this off, man, with the trouble. Malik Yoba. Your thoughts? Are you clearly off the loop?
Talking about power?
You don't know Malik Yoba either.
I
Oh,
he got
I'll
actual
skip
lips.
the line.
Did you see that? You saw it, didn't you?
See what?
Man, I'm
Malik
watching.
Yoba.
I'm already
Yeah, I
watching
did
all
see
the
that.
time, though.
But
You
you
what?
know, my mama met him like a couple years
That's
ago,
his
and he was
real name.
rude. So like,
That's his real name. That's
it makes sense.
That's his real name in the joint. What's his character name?
Man,
What's his character
listen,
name?
You know
Malik
what?
Yoba, you know who Malik Yoba is.
What's his character
This
name?
why y'all gotta start
He
paying
wasn't in Power. He was
This
on
why y'all gotta start
Empire.
paying
Actually.
attention to posting shit. When I post shit on the page, man, y'all gotta pay attention.
And he was on Why Did I Get Married and stuff. He was Janet Jackson's
Right.
husband.
But anyway, man, we're gonna skip past it. I ain't about to do that one. Power had they third episode this year? Power just came
Second,
on.
it was the second.
Was it the second?
Yeah.
But I don't know if he was on Power. I just
No, he wasn't.
Yeah, we off that shit. I told y'all, man.
different person.
When I be posting stuff, man, we gotta stay on top of it. This is the news and shit as it
It's about
goes.
the tease.
Man. But anyway,
Look, man,
anyway, Power had their second episode. For some fucking reason, I had to Google it because I feel like I just watched the third. It was the second one because they played that sorry ass song at the beginning again.
Did they get
Power.
rid of the song or something? I've
They
heard
said
somebody
they
else
were
talk
third
about it.
Trey
Power.
Songz sing it, not
Oh,
Joe.
okay. That's how Trey Songz. I thought he was an actor. I keep hearing everybody talk about Trey Songz and Power, so I didn't know how they connected. You know what I mean? So now I get it now.
Have you been watching Power?
I
No, you been quit there.
Been quit and there ain't no reason to go back.
Did you watch
to
this
it.
last episode?
This shit terrible, man.
I said that I'm watching Power specifically and distinctly for slander. It's like I'm just sitting here ready to talk about them. They can't do shit good no more in my eyes and shit. I'm extra critical. The acting's terrible, the plot's terrible, the writing's terrible.
Too many people watching this.
Like, what little dude?
Tariq.
Yeah.
Tariq out here, he's a pusher.
Yeah,
He's in college pushing drugs at a high level. I'm gonna tell you, he was at the university, and he out here with some goofy white boy and shit. All I can do is think this is the new Tommy and Ghost.
Yeah.
You saw
You hate your daddy so much, but you want to be just like him.
Yeah,
That's
that's
the story
usually
they
how it
tell.
goes. That's usually how it
But
goes.
they've already made their money from a business move. They just gotta let the masses keep it going.
Power has never been a wire. I remember when the first season of Power came on, I compared Tommy and Ghost foolishly to Stringer Bell and Avon. That was my litmus. I was like, who's better?
Oh, yeah.
And that's kind of how come we're gonna talk about Snowfall too. I'll be kind of nervous about Snowfall
You
because
see the wire?
I was telling Garris that you didn't like it. I damn near can't respect shit else you
I'm
said
sorry.
about
I mean,
TV.
I tried. It just wasn't.
What? That's, yeah. what kind of TV shows you like? You like Empire, don't you?
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, but it's kind of like Snowfall, except Snowfall is like a perfect show as far as the acting, writing, everything about Snowfall. And I don't want to prematurely judge it. I was talking to my nephew Garris yesterday, and I told him that the only perfect show I ever seen in my life, I've seen one perfect show, and that was Breaking Bad. That's the only show that I've seen that didn't have a single bad episode.
I watched that.
You-
I watched like the first episode.
Yeah.
You roll up and watch it and you get through it.
You can watch
Because
it like
by the time
me.
I was-
You don't
you
need
do
drugs.
that too, but it's better than drugs.
That's the only show I ever watched, and I got a lot of shows like Oz.
You right.
Wire.
The first two, maybe it was the first episode was hard to get through because I watched it like 2-3 times before I finished it. And then once you finish it with the little van scene,
Probably.
but that's because he told me it was good, so I just said I'm gonna give it a few episodes. It didn't take long.
I probably could go in a couple episodes and
It
like,
didn't take
dang, what
long.
happened? And then got to go back
Yeah.
and watch the first one, and then probably more.
Because they're telling the story backwards somehow, right? They started.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah, I might do some shit like that.
That show is incredible as far as the character arcs too, and that's my thing with Power. I haven't seen a character arc for nobody, and the one they tried is terrible. Like the one with I refuse to even call her by a character name. Lala is Lala. She's not acting. She's just herself. You know what I'm saying? Every time I see her, Keisha. Every time I see her, I'm like, man, what is Carmela gonna do with this bitch? It's always personal when I see her. Why Carmela tell her to stay at home? I can understand, man, why you can't stay on the basketball team and shit. You know what I'm saying? Because they're acting and shit. She be at home trying to pretend she ain't mad. She kicking shit over to about she ain't mad because she can't act happy. But they tried to make her. It's so fucked up the way they try to do her. Because when I say the character arc, it's like when a character start off one way and then just go completely opposite way of what you thought.
We got 14 people.
And with Breaking Bad, we saw that with Jesse. Remember, Jesse was a street dude. Then he became the person with the moral compass, as opposed to Walter was the person who was slanging for his family. He turned to a fucking
Where they gotta
solidified
make you,
kingpin.
where did you believe that it's never gonna change?
And what it do, it can make you go from emotionally one feeling to the other feeling, and you didn't think you was gonna get there. And another perfect example, which we talked about a couple weeks ago, was Jamie Lannister on Game of Thrones.
Yeah, because there's times where they should have changed, and it's like we as the audience give up on them. And by the time we give up on them, something actually changes. That's what good stories do.
Yeah, and we haven't
doesn't
seen
change
that.
predictably.
We haven't seen that at all on this show. I mean, there's not a single person who you've changed your mind about. For it has been for you, on Power. We don't watch. Well, you was watching Power. Is just like it's been a nosedive. Like it was already.
It
goofy.
started great, but
First two, maybe 2.5 seasons, but it lost it for me when I seen Kanan sitting in the back seat with Tommy and Ghost.
Yeah.
They just set your goofy ass on fire and shit. He done told you to the police. I said, this shit's goofy, but I was willing to deal with it. But this season right here is fucking, this is disturbing. It's disturbingly bad, and I'm glad it's the final season. I'm here.
It's the final season?
Yeah, thank you.
Maybe.
I like
I'm canceling it if it ain't.
So far.
You like this?
I like it.
That ain't shit valid about this show.
It's not bad.
It just pisses
It's
me
just
off.
it. It's not. Yeah.
Hold on.
It's
not valid at all.
Say shit valid about it. It's a lot of fucked up
Listen,
shit.
and it's tough coming from you because you're an actress, so I hate it reflects on you as a person. But anyway,
I mean, it's a good thing for Curtis though, right? To have think about the show and how long it's lasts with its success.
Listen,
it's
definitely a pop.
I call him Curtis.
It's definitely.
You gotta be a real street nigga to call him Curtis, bro. That's how niggas be bro.
Hey man, I roll with it because it's not a street nigga.
Yeah, I guess, right?
Nah, but like when you say it's like, first off, it's gonna be a pop culture classic. It's a pop culture classic and shit because it's just the way it's done grabbed everybody. I haven't been on Sundays this tough since The Wire.
Yeah.
That was the last show on Sundays and shit that I was like, I have to see this shit. It was The Simpsons, then The Wire, now this. Got in chronological order. But when you say like, what do you like about it? Like, do you see any outstanding acting?
What? No.
You see any great writing?
No, I mean I liked it before just because I thought I liked the story, you know, it was just different. But like I'm not gonna lie, after the second season I stopped liking it. I just kept watching it just because I watched it. Like I don't like the character arc of Ghost at all. I think he weak as hell. He's supposed to be a thug nigga, but you screaming. I'm glad Angela dead, first of all. Sorry, I didn't mean to get loud. But she just fucked everything up. So like I'm just
Ghost
I don't
fucked
know.
everything up.
He did, but they both did.
No, Ghost fucked everything up.
Ghost fucked everything up.
Dumbass.
Oh, shit.
That show be giving me a heart attack. Like it's just like the shit that they do. I just be like, why the fuck would y'all do that?
And like
Yeah.
this past episode, I'm gonna tell y'all, he on the what?
Trapped in the closet shit. R. Kelly. That shit was good. Like the first two.
Yeah, and then it got
On everything, you guys are. You guys see a midget walk out of nowhere and shit. Talk close to your mic.
me.
Yeah. But the worst part of this episode was Congressman Tate out here turning into a fucking gangster. Y'all ain't seen this shit. He had a disagreement with the campaign manager. That shit was goofy. This nigga been telling Ghost to be good the whole season.
He said, "Oh yeah."
He two-pieced that motherfucker and kicked him. I said, this shit is, I'm through. I said, I'm through, man. It's like they don't have shit else. It's like they be in the right.
Tommy, what you call was in the living room fighting.
And where's Dre?
He was in there. You watched the episode.
I
You
ain't
see
seen
Dre.
that.
He out here looking panicky and shit, watching TV and shit. You know what I'm saying?
He should be. Why?
They gonna say Dre, he gonna be the new distro. He gonna be the new distro.
He should be nervous though because in the last season, all three of them was trying to kill him. Buchanan dead now.
And now Tommy and Ghost beefing.
Yeah.
So shit is.
So really,
he can just
yeah,
slide
I
right
guess.
back in. Then when
Yeah,
Angela
so
being
rough.
dead, it's all it is. This is like the most niggerish soap opera ever and shit. And then I don't like it too. If you watch The Wire, they trying to run Tommy's how Tommy run his little coke connection. They trying to run like the co-op on The Wire. And that shit's goofy. You know what I'm saying? Everybody in there arguing over that. I mean, they having the most fucking childish arguments and shit. It's weird. But fuck Power. But I'm watching all the rest of the season.
Watch it all.
Be here next week for episode 3 slander. Just to divert away from bullshit into potential classic shit. If y'all not watching Snowfall, y'all definitely need to check it out. It's as far as all the TV shows I watch right now, it's as close to perfect as I can see. What do you think?
You trying to be a young Denzel? I said that last week. You
Yeah,
trying
Side
to be a
almost
young
spoiled
Denzel.
it for me last week.
The way a little, was he from Brit?
He from the UK somewhere.
UK somewhere?
Yeah,
The way he does with his silent acting, I don't know, actress right here, you'd be able to describe it better, but it's not his words always, it's just
Body language, facial expression.
facial expression, the irritations you see, and it's almost like you can still believe that he's the character, you know what I mean? Like a young nigga trying to decide with $100,000
He's from
how to be
Australia.
tough in this situation, huh?
He's from Australia
No, he not.
in real life.
No, he not. But thank you for your contribution.
Is that
He's
UK?
from the UK. Don't
Ain't
worry about it. You
Australia.
get it next time. Google it if you disagree. Don't worry about it. He's young Idris. Go ahead.
Who?
He's young Idris
I don't know
Elba.
his name. What's it?
That's how you say it? Idris?
How you say it?
No, he's talking about
Idris,
Idris
right?
Elba.
Who?
He's saying he's Idris
Idris?
Elba.
Oh, I
That's
thought
not
it
his
was
name.
Idris.
That's not his
The point
name.
that I was making is that I was saying he's a good actor. Like you wouldn't. That's all I was trying to say.
Who is he?
Crocodile Dundee, nigga. Crocodile Dundee.
I don't know his name. I don't know his
I was
name.
saving video.
Dude, his name like Damon. He got one of them funny ass. He is like that's who he is.
What he playing in?
Snowfall.
Snowfall.
Y'all fucking me up. I still
Yeah,
can't.
I gotta
put shit
figure out
together.
what that.
But I understand what you're saying though. He do got that Denzel quality where it's like he command the screen and shit without even saying that. Is that what you saying?
Yeah.
But that show Snowfall is a loose tale of Freeway Ricky Ross, dope dealing odyssey, how he got started with slinging crack in South Central LA. And it's crazy because if you talk to people from that area, they say they didn't call it crack. They say they call it free base or just base, or rock, ready rock. And the story on this shit,
Future taught us that.
Yeah.
You don't want to hear that history lesson. Go ahead, though.
it's a hell of a story, and it's crazy because if you didn't know history, you would think that was all bullshit because it goes to show how the CIA everybody was involved with the crack epidemic that spread and destroyed countless communities. You know what I'm saying? It goes like if you just woke up from under a rock, you wouldn't believe how the government targeted young black people and things like that. On some shit, because if I remember when I was young, I used to see the Iran-Contra shit. I used to watch Oliver North and shit on the news. I didn't know exactly what was going on because I was small and I was a child, and I didn't understand exactly how deep it was because it was a United States Army officer. I don't remember his rank or nothing, but he was involved. It was the Contras. It was a war going on. The Sandistas and I can't remember which one, but anyway, they was using the drug money to fund the war. They was sending like drugs into America and shit. Cause we all heard the old thing where they was like, y'all giving these people such years, but they not bringing the crack into the hood. They don't have boats, and so they was getting it here through a clandestine little activity to where it was like the army inside the army, the CIA inside the CIA, where it was a hidden thing, like only a few people knew, and if you got caught, you was caught. You can't come here and say, you know what I'm saying, you with us, you get killed, you get killed, you know what I'm saying? And it was crazy because they was funding these rebel armies and shit because they was trying to gain stronghold in particular countries. Like say these countries, they was on the brink of either being communist or whatever the fuck the United States want to pretend they are a democracy. So what they had to do was try to like balance. They had to create a balance. So in order to like have strategic positions, like say in South America or Central America, you right there on the heels of America. So shit, you can't have your enemy or the government that's against you right next to you. And that's how come Cuba was so much of a strategic location for Russia when it was a communist stronghold. You right there on the coast of Florida and shit. So it was a war that our people was pawns in.
Yeah,
The Rick Rosses and shit, the Harrios and things like that. So they played a game with our people and shit, and they put all these drugs in the community and shit on some, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was like literally pawns and shit. And then they turn around and giving niggas life sentences and shit for some shit they created. And Snowfall bring all that shit out, and it tie in a whole bunch of different things like the revolutionary part as far as his father go. You know what I'm saying? His father got a strong character arc, and it happened early. He was a dope fiend, a homeless motherfucker. And like it's like real life. You see somebody on the streets and shit, you don't realize how intelligent they are because you judge them by the exterior.
Like when I was
So
talking to a dude and
exact same shit. So when he get to talking now, Franklin was disrespecting last season and shit. You know what I'm saying? You ain't shit. You gonna come see me?
He still calling by his first name though,
But he ain't
I
right
understand.
But now he look at him like this. You the strategist. You know what I'm saying? Now when I have real shit, I come to you. And that's a character arc. To when you look at him for like he's just a dope fiend. Now you look at him like shit. What we gonna do next? Type shit. Then we see the arc with his uncle and shit, where he, you know what I'm saying, he was hardcore. Now he want to get out the game. Old girl was straight up stupid. Now she's a dope fiend. This is an incredible ass show to be, man. This show right here, it got so much fucking layers to it and stuff. And I'm just hoping that it don't burn out. Just because you ain't seen it, he ain't seen it, so I'm not gonna really spoil it for him.
Me
But
either.
It's a part that
That's a
it's a
story.
part that happened, man. I hope that it's not indicative of what's gonna happen. I will say this: shock deaths are always good for TV.
Man.
It's always good for
Right.
TV. But you hope that they got a cohesive plan, because one of the key writers or the creator of the show, John Singleton, passed away this year. So you wonder how much of the writing he had an influence on. If you notice the credits though, you see that Walter Mosley they consult with Walter Mosley, and he do a little bit of the writing. If y'all not familiar with him, he did Devil in the Blue Dress. The movie ain't shit compared to the book.
Yeah,
Walter Mosley is a
yeah.
fucking incredible ass writer, and his whole series with the Easy Rawlins shit, it was set in South Central, but it was set like in the 30s and 40s, right before this shit went crazy. So if he's staying on as a writer and shit, I definitely ain't got no qualms about it. But Snowfall is the best show on TV, as far as I'm concerned. What you think?
Yeah, I agree.
But
It's they cross the line that you normally don't see crossed on TV, and so they might have enough to keep it going, man. Like there might be enough, because now it has to be realistic. It can't be a cupcake show anymore. Every movie makes from now on has to really be in that mind frame. Because if they sweep it under the rug or something goofy happens, then I'm gonna be like, I don't know about that.
yeah, that's how I feel too, man. Like I just hope it ain't, because honestly, in my opinion, and I hope I'm wrong, I feel like they moving the story too fast.
Yeah, but he did what he was supposed to do. If you at home watching, you know, but you don't think he, it's.
I must say, man, that was out of his character.
I know. So,
That was out
but
of
if
his
you
character.
truly put me in that position at that
Yeah.
at that time, I'm doing the same thing, except everybody don't have the heart to do that. But
That's why I say it's out of character, man, because
But up until that point, I
Yeah, it
think
was
he
crazy.
realized that
yeah.
he's the way his house is on lockdown, the way he never fucks with the partying, like he keeps a clean character where you would assume if I ever had the chance to be in his position years ago, that's how I would run it.
Yeah.
You know, stack all them. He got hella shoes. You know, I'm gonna get some shoes. My crib, regular car. He lived way out in the boonies. Nobody knows. Fake addresses, all in LLCs.
Let me
He
say
keep
this.
locks on the door, like that's gonna, because that's a young nigga's game. You put
It's the
20
80s,
locks
though,
on
man.
there.
It's the 80s. You gotta understand the
Oh,
time.
yeah.
But if you can break one, you can
Huh.
break them
I was
all.
about to ask what time period
It's
it was.
set in the early
You don't
80s.
need that many locks.
Yeah. But they didn't have, you know what I'm saying? He ain't got the Scarface shit, you know what I'm saying? He don't,
Yeah.
because he just not realizing how big the operation is. But I will say this though, the policeman was doing too goddamn much. He doing way too much. And why I say this is because you seen me. We had to be at one point sort of like family. You my neighbor, you the older dude and shit. It should be some kind of fucking authority figure type relationship between us to where this shouldn't have escalated just like this.
I said, never seen it.
Oh yeah.
Put that shit again.
Man. Hey man.
Y'all doing a good job. Y'all ain't like this.
Nigga, we tried.
Analyze that shit.
Nigga, we tried.
That was a show.
Talk about it. Yeah.
But that's a fantastic show. If y'all haven't seen it, you checked it out though.
Yeah, I watch it every
It's dope as fuck, ain't it?
Oh yeah.
It's dope. So if y'all ain't checked that out, man, make sure y'all check it out, and y'all gonna dig it. Before we get into our guest, I want to quick. We ain't gonna dwell too much on the football season about to pop off this week. I took part in 2 fantasy drafts, and unbeknownst to y'all, I'm about to take part in another one in 7 minutes, but I won't let it distract me from what's going on. Come on, man, don't do that. But your season predictions, man. Of course, I'm a Cowboys fan as much as I can be. I don't get into sports. Hey, y'all can't be in here smacking and shit. Relax. Relax.
Get everybody
man.
in
We-
there. You don't want to get everybody
Yeah.
distracted. I'm over here trying. I still want to eat, but I know, you know.
Pause, man. Listen. Listen, man. Listen. The Cowboys win the Super Bowl. I say this every year. It might not be true. That's my emotional pick. If I'm just going off of logic, I think that
They got a
Damn.
chance. They got a
they
chance.
do. It
This
could be
year.
my quick predictions. Kansas City coming out the AFC. And it's either going to be Dallas or maybe the Rams, depending on what Gurley looking like or their running game. Rams could go back again. My dark horse in the NFC is Seattle. My dark horse in the AFC is the Jaguars. Yeah.
They still pretty young. They're pretty young.
That defense ridiculous. See, what's your quick takes?
I think Kansas City gonna go AFC. I think they're gonna win it. They're but Phillip Rivers versus Kansas City. Those are my top two.
You said Rivers? Man, I think they took the hit off that Derwin James,
How long
man.
he been there?
They've been there for a while, man.
Oh,
So
like
I just-
04,
I
ain't
feel like with Luck gone, Tom Brady's a little bit older. You got Mahomes coming up. I don't really know who else is in the AFC.
But see, the only thing with Chargers hurting on D, man. When they lost Derwin James, man, they damn near stuck a fork in them as far as I'm concerned. But that's just my predictions. What about you, Kambria and Julie? Who y'all got?
The most I know about football
There it
is
is.
the game. So when you talking about Darren, I'm like, oh, Darren from the game? But I would say, look, I'm from Ohio, so I'm going to say the Browns. But I don't even know how they doing.
That's a good. It's crazy because Browns made. You think they had the most impressive all season? So Browns might be a dark horse out there. See, they got a good ass team. They got a good ass
The
team.
Browns do, but
Let's fucking
they're not about to go there. They're gonna make some noise. You
That
know
defense
but they-
nice, nigga.
But they're gonna make a young team mistake.
Who you say?
So I'm going with the Jags.
They're gonna make a young team mistake.
Defense wins championships.
We got it definitely, and they got a better quarterback
They're
this
gonna
year
make the
too.
playoffs. They're gonna stall out. The Browns going, but it's gonna be a hell of a year for them. Come back next year ready. Season tickets go up.
That's
You know
what
how it go.
they had my when I was playing fantasy, I want to say about 2 years ago, they did fire when I was yeah, they was definitely had me first to like the last.
I'm over here shaking my
I think
head like,
the
yeah, I
last
don't know
two-
shit.
The last 2 years, and I fell all the way off. I don't know what happened, but I was winning because of Jaguars defense for a minute that season. But
Hell yeah! They matter of fact, 2 years ago they was incredible. This season, I'm hoping I can draft King my way out of my job.
Oh.
On to more important, things and people. We got our guests here who we're gonna gravitate to. Like I told Jamal last week, he gotta just drop the white. You know, he gotta just say I'm Jamal. You know what I'm saying? You gotta have that motherfucker,
One name.
that Prince, that Madonna, that
yeah,
Kambria.
Jamal, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta have that one.
The
Yeah.
finger?
Yeah. I got his shoes. You know what I'm saying? I got them with your balls. Your motherfucking long ass. You know long ass. Shout out to Jamal again, but we got our guest here, Kambria. As she
What's
told
up,
y'all,
y'all?
she the what you call yourself, the greatest singer and the greatest actress who was in that play.
The
No
greatest.
shade.
I would love to be the greatest, but I just call myself an entertainer. I do
Okay.
everything.
Kambria the entertainer.
Yeah.
That's cool. We
Kambria
did it.
entertainer, that's all.
How you doing
That's
though?
all.
I'm cool. A little sleepy, but I'm awake. I'm happy to be here.
Yeah, work
Since you
today?
said, yeah. Since you said I was trying to dodge y'all when I really
You
wasn't.
was.
No.
And I kind of thought you weren't gonna come today, but I just have a little trust for the blacks. No, but straight up though, we're glad to have you here. Again, we have been trying to get you here. We had somebody that you collaborate with, Jamal, here last week. So
Yeah.
he played the song for us last week and also went online, checked it out. And also checked out your song Bedroom.
Yes.
How long you been singing?
I have been singing since I was 3 years old. 3 years old.
Who told you?
What you mean? Who told me?
I'm doing shit at
knew what I wanted to
I mean,
do.
I've been peeing since I was 3.
Yeah.
That's one thing I can guarantee.
Like I said,
Yeah.
Ask my grandma. That's what she said.
there you go. Grandma told
But that's what's up. I asked Jamal the same thing, and I don't want to keep cross-referencing. But did you get an early start in the choir?
Yeah, I was in church choir when I was 3. And then when I got to high school and stuff, same as Jamal, we did show choir. You ever heard of show choir?
Like them on fags, like on Glee.
Come on.
What'd you say? Well,
Spirit,
it's
man.
not
Give me
that,
spirit.
but it's like better.
She said,
It's
what
better.
you say?
It's bad. It's like a super guy.
It's
better than guy.
It's like,
No, I'm just playing. I'm playing about the gay part, but you was in show choir.
yeah, I was in love with it.
Was it, and for people who don't know, was it like Glee?
It was better than
He
Glee.
gotta start blushing and shit. Fuck man, he started blushing.
I ain't saying he said it.
But no, listen, all jokes aside.
Hey, man, it's still funny.
Let's just slow it down just a little bit.
Yeah.
You start off in the choir.
Uh-huh.
And was this in Ohio?
Yeah, church. But I moved to Indiana when I was 8, so
Okay. What part of Ohio was you from?
Youngstown.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
Kelly Pamphlet. Kelly Pamphlet.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, that's up north, right?
I think.
Close to you, damn man. So when you moved here, did you continue singing in the church choir?
No, I that's when I joined the choirs in school. I always was in some type of choir at school and musicals and stuff. But I really didn't have no stage presence. I was really shy until I was about 15. So I didn't really even start writing and singing solos and stuff until I was 15 years old.
And at 15, was this when you joined the show choir?
I have been in show choir since I was 12, but I still was shy, if that makes sense.
It kind of like your shyness, was it in relation to performing, or was it just
Yeah.
like socially awkwardness? Like
No,
in school
like
and things?
just, I never was socially awkward, I don't think so. But like, say if I got a solo, I would just stand there, like,
Oh, you wanna do nothing?
Yeah.
Sit there.
until I was like 15. I was in a talent show when I was 12, and I should have brought the video because I looked a hot ass mess. But I sang Alicia Keys, If I Ain't Got You, and I literally just stood there with my knees shaking. And I should have won.
That's like when people come to like
No,
when people
now,
start
man.
boxing and they come to the gym and they be stiff. You be like
That's
loosen
off the
up.
diet.
They be
Yeah.
like, what you
Alicia
mean?
Keys,
Like, I
isn't it?
don't know.
It is.
Yeah, I know
So
that shit.
when you were in show choir, and is this where you met Jamal at? You said you
Yeah.
were a year older.
hmm
What was like? We know how church choir is.
Right.
What was the biggest difference for you in that transition from church choir to show choir? You seen it on TV.
Well, show choir, you dancing.
Yeah.
Church choir, you just singing and you singing church songs. But like with show choir, you got legit rehearsals, camps. Like I think I have rehearsal like every day. You dancing like 6 to 8 songs sometimes. It's like a whole concert. Like for real, like people in the Midwest take show choirs serious. We state champs, sounds, yay.
So that's like when Whoopi Goldberg went.
Don't nobody care.
When Whoopi Goldberg went performing.
I'm like,
Ain't
I
that
just
what
don't
it
know
is?
nothing about it. Nigga.
No, he got a question for
Show
you.
choir, ain't that what Sister at when they went to
Basically,
competition?
yeah.
Oh,
It's something like that, except like big flashy costumes, big bands.
What was the biggest experience for you? Like, did you ever get to lead any songs in show choir?
Yeah, of course. I always had solos. People used to be mad because I would have like multiple solos and I was in multiple choirs.
Was you the best singer?
I was great. I think I was great. I wouldn't say I was the best because there were other people who was good, but I was
Great is better than good, so that.
I think I was great. I think I was great.
So how does cause you don't have it, we can't get the same inspirational story out of you that we got last week. What was cause we had show choir too. I'm from Anderson actually, originally. None of the cool people did it, but
Are you calling me lame? I was cool.
I mean,
I was cool.
I'm sure,
In Anderson.
I'm sure you had to be out of all the nerds that one had to stand out. But all jokes aside, what made you join show choir?
I mean, I've always wanted to sing. There was nothing else I really wanted to do. I was a cheerleader in high school too. It just was something that I knew that I was really good at and that I could excel in. But I really just did it to get out of my shell because I knew what I wanted to be from a young age, and you can't really get there unless you work at it.
So when you start recording?
I recorded my first song when I was 17 because I went to go see Kendrick Lamar and I met him and I was just like, you're a superstar and I want to be just like you. And he was like, you're a superstar. And from that day, I just like, okay, I gotta write my
That's
own
not
music.
like
I
you
gotta
said
go
Kendrick Lamar
record.
when they said you were ready.
I wouldn't know.
And then I think that year, like a year later after that, I actually was on season 7 of The Voice. I got a blind audition, where they turn the chairs and you meet the celebrities. I got to do that in 2014. So I got to sing for Pharrell, what's her name, Gwen Stefani, and the other dudes. So that was a really cool experience because I was in California for like a month.
So hold on, when you got to sing for them, like, how did you end up out there? Like, did you know you were going out there to audition?
Well, my first audition was in Chicago. You know how like, you got to stand in line? I had to do that in Chicago. Then I got a call back to come back to Chicago to sing for the producers. Then they call you to California to sing for the producers again. And then if you get past that, you come back to California and you get to basically do the show. But I didn't get a chair. Nobody turned around for me. They said they didn't like the song that I sang.
What song did you sing?
Mama Knows Best by Jessie J. I killed it.
Okay, what, like, just from that experience, how did you react to not being selected?
I was upset, especially because I had to miss my high school graduation for that. So I was shitty, like, and I did good. And they was filling my head up like I was gonna get through there. And yeah, and they didn't choose me. And it wasn't like they didn't choose me because I did bad. They were just like, oh, we didn't like that song. And I just thought that was.
And when you say that, cause it's like everybody just about basically in this room is a creator in some sense, or somebody who's after something, and you face times that you can face. You know, so you're gonna come against rejection,
Yeah.
or not appealing to somebody's, you know, whatever. When you did all that, you sacrificed your high school graduation.
Yes.
You went to rehearsal in Chicago 2 times, then you went out to California. Coming off the 2, this is called victories in Chicago, you got a sense of momentum. You think you can win.
Yeah.
When you get to California and they say you're not going to the next level, we're not even gonna look at you in your face and tell you you're a loser. How does that make you feel?
How did it make me feel? I mean, it didn't make me feel no type of way. I was upset, but I just knew that I just always felt like I was destined for greatness, and it just really made me push harder. I was,
so at no time it didn't deter you. Like you didn't like. No. I use this example, Jabbar Fighter. He done had setbacks, and it might be the equal same shit. You knew that you did good, and you possibly could have did better. When he lost, we both knew he could have did good, and he could have did better. You get down for a quick second, but then you pop right back up, and you use it as motivation as he did. At any point in that time, do you think like, shit, I should just go get a job?
Hell no, no. I just, like I said, I've always knew what I wanted to do. I mean, I might have been like, oh, maybe I should do acting, because I did start getting into acting a lot right after that, because I never really did act like that before. But after The Voice, when I went to college, I went to school for musical theater, and that's when I really got into acting, and I kind of took a break from music. I'm kind of getting back into it now that I'm out of college, but that just made me decide to do other things and just work on myself so I can somehow get into the entertainment world, because I can do everything.
And what made you take a break?
I just felt like I needed to get better. I just wasn't as good as I thought I was, obviously. So I needed to work on a lot of things. And
it's hard for me to understand this because, of course, I'm not a singer. How do you get better at singing? I can understand the performance part, because I think singing like just some natural shit. Because I know it's like people got to train their voice in some ways, but what did you do to get better?
I got a voice teacher. Started singing things that I never would have sang. Like, I never really was a soprano, but then I just started singing Whitney Houston songs or Deborah Cox, things that could make me do better. Just taking them lessons and practicing as much as I could, doing things that I did not do in the past, singing different types of genres of music. And I also joined a band, and that just helped me to basically get insight from a lot of different types of people, music, artists, all of that.
And you say you joined a band, like, is it the live band that you post sometimes?
Yeah.
What do you think, when you said you were the soprano, like, what did you learn from that? Like, what like when you said Deborah Cox and Whitney Houston, who would you liken yourself to before those two?
I don't liken myself to anybody. I don't think I'm like anybody that's out here. I think I'm myself. But I like to study the greats and do what they do because they got there. So I gotta do something. But I don't think I'm like anybody. I think my voice is very unique and different. And
just back up a little bit. Not even saying like you like somebody, because when somebody's striving for greatness, you can have a blueprint or role models, but I'm not even saying like in that sense, but people who you, like you said, you look up or you study.
Yes.
But you always want to surpass it. You know what I'm saying? So.
Yes.
when you were young and you decided that you wanted to go and make this music something that you could possibly do for a career, who was like some of the people you listened to growing up?
Michael Jackson. That is my favorite. I know that's somebody that, he's the greatest to me. And that's somebody that a lot of people cannot surpass. But when I was growing up, I used to say that I wanted to be the next Michael Jackson. I just think he just has the blueprint for a successful career. You know, besides all the other stuff that they try to say went on, I just think
we
that
don't do no Michael Jackson slander.
No. Like, he's amazing. And then I know this is probably different, but Kendrick Lamar is somebody that I definitely look up to in terms of his career. He's not a singer, but he is a poet, and he's really good with his words. And his music is just out there and different. So like, he is somebody that I look up to in that aspect. Everybody looks up to Beyonce performance-wise, but Michael Jackson and Kendrick are the people that I just be like, that's who I see myself being in the future, possibly.
Can I jump in here? Is it crazy that Leah doesn't get no love from? I mean, is it that? No, I'm not saying that you don't love her. I think because the early departure or death with the ages, it's like, damn, am I getting old? There's nobody.
I think with Aaliyah though, but when you
because
say
you know the
Aaliyah,
Whitney Houston, because people still can close the gap with Whitney and Mariah.
Right.
if
I
you
just
want,
feel like the
it's like
next
she almost
generations
skipped over
forget.
you.
for me, Aaliyah's nowhere near
Yeah.
Whitney or Mariah.
I can't say she is, but I'm just
She
saying.
was a phenomenal artist, but I'm gonna be honest, man. She's been pushed a little bit further due to her untimely demise. Like if I pass away right now, they gonna say I'm the greatest podcaster ever.
Hey,
The lies will ensue.
No, okay.
But the thing is, like, shout out to Leah. I love her music. You can go listen to Leah's shit right now, and that shit still is incredible.
I Need a Resolution was.
That's my song.
That was the
That
boat.
shit. That rock the boat. That's where she died, you dirty bastard.
Damn.
She died after that video. How dare you?
That's what she was shooting was that video.
Yeah, but
But I was down there, but
but like, and you said the Michael Jackson thing, which is it's amazing to me though, because you didn't come up in that generation. So it's a testament to him as an artist, how he just transcends. Michael Jackson, he's the most transcendent. I was gonna say musician, but he's the most transcendent
actor.
star
Yeah, he
ever.
was.
that movie scared the shit out of me, bro.
Yeah.
Which one?
Ghost.
I don't know what it was.
You
All I
weren't
know is
you weren't scared of Thriller though.
Oh, I was
no, it was like a
scared of
real movie or something.
No, he was
maybe
on-
it was Ghosts. It was
Well,
the
He
one-
turned into like he turned into
It's
Oh,
Ghost.
I watched that video
Michael
the other
Jackson
day.
in no movie
Cardi
called
I watched it
Ghost.
last week.
They shot him from they were shooting at him.
Whoa.
Man, look.
Oh no! You talking about
I don't even
I might be
think, I don't think he know Michael Jackson.
I might be reliving
You
the
talking about
nightmare.
Moonwalker?
Man.
Because it's Smooth Criminal was in it, right?
Shit, I don't know. I was a little kid. I just remember Michael Jackson was in it. He did some shit at the end of the
He
movie,
had
I
a few
believe.
movies.
He looked back at that camera and shit and said, "Oh," and you was scared as shit.
Talk about when he looked back.
Yeah, he was
Like,
scared.
did he do a
He's
real
scared.
movie?
No.
It was all like.
Do you know Michael Jackson?
I'm a.
You don't even know Michael Jackson.
I'm
man.
gonna look
You
it up. So I know what I'm
making
talking
shit
about.
up. But just okay, the Michael Jackson that kind of came out of left field because I didn't expect you to say him. What drew you to Michael Jackson? We know that he was an all-world talent. He could do everything.
I think females love Michael Jackson.
I don't actually meet a lot of females that like Michael Jackson.
I've
my
definitely
age.
never heard no woman say that who sings.
But I don't know. I just remember growing up, my mom, well, you know, of course she was a big Michael Jackson fan. And I remember she bought one of his DVDs with a bunch of music videos on it when I was about 5. And I used to just put it on and learn every choreography, like all of it to his music videos, all his performances. And I just love the way that he just put all his emotion into his performances and the way that he grasped the audience and his singing. He can sing any genre. Like what other artist does that? Has rock music? Well, yes. Prince is great too. I love Prince.
I think Michael Jackson better.
But Prince be screaming. So, you know, I love Prince.
Screaming? What about Michael? Screaming?
Don't talk about Michael.
He woo! Is you crazy?
Prince be oh!
That's the up tempo 80s stuff. But I mean, it is what it is. When,
I love Prince though. But Michael Jackson, he just do something different to me.
Probably was.
His
though.
heart.
How do you feel about the accusation? Because as a fan, man, it's tough to hear. I grew up on Michael Jackson. I'm talking about. I got a Michael Jackson. I got a Michael Jackson
That's why
dog.
I like Michael Jackson because he's an entertainer.
Entertainer.
know what I'm saying? Get that entertainment break.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen a lot of stuff that.
Would you
came
fuck a
out.
bitch to be in, or would you fuck a bitch to adore?
I ain't gonna neither one.
I'm saying if you had to make a choice, which would it
Probably
be?
adore.
Who want to hear a grown man sing about a fucking mouse?
Beat it.
I
When
know,
I
but
was
that
in
mouse
school.
was, you know what the meaning behind that was.
Beat
Listen,
it.
it's a it's a preference thing, though. But real quick, though, how do you feel about the girl? Hold on. Relax. Ding, ding,
Y'all
ding.
turned this into
This shit got
different type of
goofy.
video.
But no, like, how do you feel about the accusations against Michael Jackson?
The new ones,
I mean, it's the same shit.
I think it's low key, not even low key, high key fucked up because he's dead and he can't stick up for himself. First of all, why would you come out years later saying that somebody did something to you? Now that they're dead, but I mean, didn't they say that the new person? I mean, they all was lying, didn't they say that?
Who said that?
I don't know.
Wade Robinson, the dude who
Yeah, because
came in
when he was trying to the dates that he said that shit happened. I think they have found out that it couldn't have happened then because of something. I don't really know because I don't really pay attention to that shit because it's negative and I don't like negativity and.
Do you like truth?
Yeah, I love
Sometimes
truth.
do you
But
think that truth has negative impacts on people's emotions?
yes, that's true.
So
but
should you disregard the truth based on your emotions?
no,
Okay.
I mean it's just bullshit though. Like he can't
How old
stick
was
up
he
for himself.
when these accusations went down? The kid, the guy.
But the thing is, in the trial before, the way he said Michael Jackson didn't do nothing to him. Now all of a sudden he did, because you want some money. That's
First
what I
off, man. First off, it's disheartening to me, and I would just hate for it to be true. I don't believe it, and it's not. That's not even emotional. It might be emotional for the most part,
The kid don't know what.
but when Wade Robinson was one of the big defendants of Michael Jackson, one of the proponents of his innocence when Michael Jackson was alive.
So
So
now,
it's real weird for me for now you to be out here talking that I got fuck shit. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe somebody told him that he was so young that now that
Told him what?
the story has been played in his head so long that he thinks. Well, maybe when I was 8, 'cause how many people remember what happened to them at 8 or 9?
me,
But aside from that, we also know that you're an actress.
Yes.
And you just took part in the play recently.
Yes.
What was the play called again?
Her Lies, His Secrets.
And it was a big buzz around here. Y'all did it over at Warren.
Yes,
Over at Warren.
the last one.
Shout out to Warren.
Actually, we'll be doing the show again in November 2nd. We're doing it again.
How did you get into acting?
How did I get into acting? I auditioned.
What
I
can
just,
you watching on?
it's a play,
Oh, it's a play.
gotta go
Oh,
to
it's a
it.
play.
so you gotta go.
Okay.
How did I get into acting? I did a couple plays in high school and middle school and stuff like that. But then when I got to college, I did The Color Purple, and I just, it was something that I just could see myself doing in the future, and I was good at it. So why not keep working at it and shit?
When you did The Color Purple, who did you play?
I was Nettie.
You gotta be fat and black, be Natty.
No, that's Celie.
No, Celie.
I don't know. That's
You never
the
seen the
one.
movie, have you?
Yes, I have, of course.
Celie was whoopee.
Yeah, and Nettie, she wasn't fat.
When she got grown, when it came with them African kids.
Oh, well,
Mama Booty.
It's a play though, so you just
That's
gotta
what's up, though. How do you feel about that play?
disbelief.
Cause like I grew up, man. I got 5 sisters, and my daddy was at work, and we was watching Color Purple
Mhm.
with my mama. And I didn't understand like the social impact that Color Purple could have to an adult. When you watch Color Purple, I think Color Purple was the most anti-black man movie in the history of life. They don't have a single positive black male in
They
there,
don't.
and it's all about what we see more so today: the female so-called liberation and feminist movement. Anybody familiar with Alice Walker, who wrote this story? She was a black woman who ended up marrying a white man, and then ended up dating a lady. Like she was so anti-man, black man.
Oh, I
she
didn't
was
even know that.
I mean, so you can see the connotations of
In the story.
the disdain for black men. Like, I mean, have you ever seen Color Purple? There's nothing good on there and shit. You know what I'm saying? There's an agenda to it. Was that your first acting gig?
In college,
In
yes.
college. And what was before that?
I did Cinderella in high school. I was the fairy godmother.
Was it? And what you went to Ben Davis?
Yep.
What was the demographic of Ben Davis? You have a lot.
A lot of black
For
It's like everybody there. You
So
know?
was anybody offended by you, or was it, you know what I'm saying? Because you have people mad about the Little Mermaid being black.
Well,
Was
you
there
know,
any backlash to that
I hope
back
they
then?
wasn't offended because the thing is, when I played the fairy godmother, I took my inspiration from when Whitney Houston played it, you know, in the Brandy one. So that's what I did. I sang it and did it, not exactly like her, but that's where I took my inspiration from. So I hope they didn't. I didn't care. I didn't ask nobody.
You said you asked
I didn't
nobody.
ask them.
That's what's up. And you've only done play work, like stage work.
Yes, I'm actually in a movie. I'll be filming my first movie in 2020 called Red Bottoms. I'm so excited about it. I'm playing
I heard about this.
Who's
Somewhere I
like
seen
producing this? 'Cause you've been-
Tobias Hunt.
Okay, him and his wife.
Yes.
Yeah. Shout out to them.
Yeah, shout out.
How's she doing, man? I know she had been battling.
She's great.
She's
Like
doing good.
somebody I really
Yeah.
look up to in the city. Like
Yeah.
she's so talented.
Yeah, they've been doing that Red Bottom stuff for about 3-4 years.
Yeah.
They had a little series.
Mhm.
They making a movie now.
Yes.
What's your role in this movie?
I play Carrie. I am basically a trophy wife. I am married to a man, and that's really it. I can't really tell you more.
How come they won't allow you? Or they ever written? You don't have the script.
I do have the script, but I'm not really allowed to.
That's a terrible synopsis.
Well, I
Like,
mean,
when
you
you read
gotta
on the
wait.
back of the book, it should at least a paragraph.
Exclusive.
No,
gotta
but no,
wait.
we just fucking with you. So, well,
I mean, we got it. I mean, as much as we can get, we got to stamp it as an exclusive.
when did you say that the play was going again, though?
November 2nd.
This will be the same location.
I'll let you know. I'll be posting it soon.
When you act, and we just talked about the musical influence. To me, man, it's hard to find, and I don't know, it's fucked up for me to say this, but it's hard to find, in a popular sense, like high quality black female actors. Like you always have to dial back to the same ones. Your Angela Bassett.
Yeah, that's my favorite.
And Angela Bassett and Cicely Tyson and Angela Bassett.
Yeah.
Like who do you? Cause like Loretta Devine, she's all. It's like who do you like look to and stuff if you do anybody for inspiration?
Well,
And they don't ain't gonna be a black lady.
Angelina Jolie.
of course it's gonna be a
She's
black
a
lady.
terrible actor.
Yeah. I mean, growing up, I always, looked at Angela Bassett growing up, just because I thought she was just great. Cause she's done everything. But like now, somebody that I truly look up to is Taraji P. Henson. I think she's all around talented, and she can really put herself into a character, and that's just somebody that I would really like to be like one day in the future.
As an actress or as a person?
As an actress, I
Okay.
want to be myself as a person, So.
Taraji, what's your favorite role that Taraji was in?
Whew. I think she's been in a lot of movies. Let's think about that. What's some movies that she's done?
Your favorite. Hold on. We ain't gonna do your homework.
She did something with Denzel, didn't she?
I like her the most.
See, Taraji do the same role every time.
No, she's been doing some different type stuff.
Why she cooking?
I'm talking about
Hustle
like,
and
when you
Flow.
see her, do you think like that's
War
I
Taraji?
didn't like her in Hustle
This
and Flow.
how I tell you like this. Do you
But
remember?
she's
do
done
you-
so many.
Do you remember any of her characters' names? Outside of Cookie, let's disregard Cookie. Because
Well,
when I think of great actors or actor, you identify them with that particular role.
The first-
you can look at Al Pacino and be like Scarface.
the
You
first
know what I'm saying?
movie I saw her in growing up was Baby Boy. So Yvette, that's probably not a good person to be like, oh, I want to do that. But I mean, that's the first movie I saw her in. So I know her as Yvette. We know her as Cookie. Other than that, no, I don't really know the names because she's done a lot of films and people don't even realize as many films as she's done. Because she's not always a lead role. She didn't really start getting these lead roles until the past 10 years.
Talking about actors and actresses, and it's just diverge just a little bit. And it's kind of, we can now nail two birds with one stone when I say actors and actresses. How did you feel about Juicy Smollett?
So was it true?
No.
Was all that true? I
It
mean,
was a true lie.
it sucks that he lost. He lost his job because of that. Like he's not on Empire no more because of that.
That makes
But
sense.
why would you do that though? They said
I'm sorry.
he was doing it to sell his music, right? That was kind of.
Did y'all even know he was a recording artist?
I mean, I know he was on, trying to come out. He had his little.
He came out.
I mean, he just did a pause. I know he was trying to have.
He should be
I
embarrassed.
know he was trying to have a breakout career.
When you hold on, man, I'm gonna say this though, and I hope don't nobody take this the wrong way. This is being candid as I could possibly be. But once a man sucks a dick, there's no shame left in him. There's nothing else to be ashamed about. You know what I'm saying? Like, I give you, like, nigga, you be faking the rest. I said, you know,
Yeah.
but the thing to that, though,
Man.
and being a recording artist in Indianapolis, and Nick can attest to this, how hard you got to work and
Yes.
how, because people, we talked about this earlier being Javar, how people don't want to celebrate you until you done already won. Then the price done went up.
Right.
Then I'm treat you like a fucking fan as opposed to when I invited you into my world where we could have built together.
Right.
How hard is it for you to garner support from the people who, because I always say this, the people who tend to support you the least are those that can benefit the most from your success. How is your support system, like your immediate surroundings and stuff? Do people push you?
I feel, in all honesty, I feel like I support myself. I do got people out there who really do support me, but you know, it's not as much as I would like. You know, I got not the most followers on social media, but I have 4,000. But then, like, I post a song and I get 20 likes, but I post a picture with my ass poking and get like 500. So like, that's just weird to me.
That's not weird. I mean, that possibly
No,
can
but
be
that's
weird.
weird to me though, because everybody who knows me knows what I want to do. You know me, you know. So like, and then
people,
it's
you go through the likes and there's people liking
it's
it,
just
they know
weird
you.
to me though when people be like, oh yeah, I saw your song or I saw you in a play, but you didn't like it and you didn't share it. That's just weird to me. But that's just how it is though. So I don't be tripping. I support myself and
You sing and do the ass at the same time. You get 550.
my mama support me.
You
My
know what I
sisters
mean?
support me. My family supports me.
Doing
So-
that shit up.
We talked about your collaboration with Jabbar. Have you collaborated with any other local artists?
I have collaborated with a few rappers in the past.
I actually heard one of the songs on Google Play. I can't remember which one it was.
Cool Kid Calvo.
Yeah.
Probably Cool Kid Calvo. I collaborated with Nugget Williams. We got a song. My song is called The Grind. Nugget Williams. It's my only rap song.
Do you rap?
You was rapping?
I tried.
Can you spit those bars for us, please?
Can you spin them real quick? You gotta get the action mode.
All right.
Let's go ahead and just spit the first like 6 bars.
You know I'm about that grind. Let you take over my mind. As you crept up from behind, I'ma let you come to grips with your mind. Hey, please don't get lost in the sauce. You know I'm the motherfucking boss. Drinking bottles, don't care what the cost. Got a problem, I swear you get lost. Hey, every nigga goal is a bad bitch. Run a game, play it like it's average. Saying anything like a maverick. Nigga, at the end, you can have it. That's all y'all getting today.
Okay.
I'm still learning, but I'm a singer. But rapping is something that I would like to try to do.
What's up?
Is there any local artists that you would like to collaborate with? Because we talked about you, you and American having.
Yeah, I would love to collaborate with American because she tight, she hard. I actually, I'm dropping my first album in 2020. So I literally was just talking to her the other day about doing a song on there. I would love to work with Zoe Duce. Y'all know who Zoe Duce is? He's a singer. He tight as hell. You should definitely look him up. Jamal White was the first singer collaboration. And I'm also thinking about working with Bella Girl. Have you heard of Bella Girl?
No, I haven't.
Well,
She a singer also?
yeah, she's a singer too.
What about if you could just do any dream collaboration with somebody like a national act? Like if you could just have, matter of fact, we done did it before. If you could put yourself in a group with 2 other people, we did it on the hip hop tip, but if you could put yourself in a group with 2 other people, who would those 2 people be?
Have you ever heard of Iman Omari?
Man, that sounds super familiar.
I have.
He's a producer, but he do sing. A lot of people don't know about him, but I would definitely put myself with Iman Omari and Solange. I think Solange is a dope writer. Yeah, she's a dope
I've
writer.
never listened to Solange. She writes.
I heard she was hard.
I remember she had an album a couple years ago that a lot of people gravitated to and a lot of people like. If you could have 5 albums that you could just take with you on a stranded island like you just did for the rest of your life by yourself, and it's 5 albums, what would you take?
I would take Michael Jackson's Dangerous album.
What was the best song on that album?
The whole album was great.
No, I'm
to
trying
me.
to identify, like, I'm trying to figure
Oh,
out.
he got, that's Remember the Time is on
Okay,
there.
okay.
Teddy Riley produced that album. So I would take that. I would take Prince's Purple Rain album. What?
What you gonna say?
If I was to take a Prince, it'd be a Sign of the Times. But go ahead.
I like Purple Rain.
I do too, dog.
Kind of cliche, but that's one of my
That
favorites.
shit hard.
What else would I take? I would take Music Soul Child's I Just Want to Sing. Jill Scott's first album. I don't even know what it's called, but I would take that first album. And then last but not least, what's that last one? I would take Kendrick's Good Kid, Mad City.
Oh yeah.
That's a classic. I think that all people, you know, I think Music Soul Child fucking underrated, man.
Very.
I think he's so underrated that it's crazy. He had a nice little run.
Yeah.
Best song he had was what? Love.
So beautiful. It's beautiful.
That shit hard as fuck. That beat, the music on that shit
Yes.
hard as fuck. Yeah. Hey, can you tell people where they can find you on the social media again? As a matter of fact, we don't even gonna wrap it up on that shit. Anything you want to say to anyone who's possibly listening to you? Any words of inspiration for any singers coming up? Things to that.
What y'all coming up? Smack the world.
Yeah, but for real though, like if you got a dream, you need to just chase it. Like, don't let nobody tell you that you're not good enough, or let nobody scare you away, because this shit is scary. Wanting to be an entertainer, actor, singer, dancer, whatever you want to do, it is scary, and there's gonna be a lot of people that try to tell you, oh, you need to get a real job, or you need to go to college. I did go to college, but you need to do this. You just need to stick to your guns and do what you want to do. Work hard, because if you want to do it, you can't just be mediocre. You gotta work. You gotta practice, and you gotta put yourself out there. And that's the hardest thing in the world to do, is putting yourself out there in front of people and doing things because you're afraid that somebody's not gonna like what you do. But fuck that. Like, we weren't created to be like everybody else. We were created to do different. And if you got a talent, then you gotta use it. That sounds so corny. You gotta use it.
No, that's tough though.
It take a lot of self-confidence though, and maturity to be able to do that. Cause I sit here in the whole room, everybody in the room doing something where they betting on themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Because anytime you start out betting on yourself, there's some type of financial hesitation.
Oh my God,
Can I say that? I ain't gonna say it stops or not like that. But there's a change in how that thing flows in.
Pause.
We
Yeah,
talking
that
money.
financial
You talking money.
But when it comes to financial, that's another thing though. If you know you want to do it, then you gotta invest in yourself. You gotta save. You just gotta do it.
It ain't even, I mean, financial and shit, I think that's the least investment. You gotta invest faith and time in yourself. Because sometimes the money ain't gonna be there, and you can't use the money as an excuse to stop. You know what I'm saying? It could be times where, and that's another thing which I was talking about today.
Connections, you gotta use.
At this level and shit, bullshit ain't nothing. I hate to even say this, but I'm just being honest. We low. Not as far as the talent, but as far as the notoriety.
Mm-hmm.
It's a low level. They ain't going here, but everybody started at this level.
Yeah.
It's too many people in Indianapolis trying to make a fucking dollar at the bottom. Instead of collaborating and fucking using the barter system, everybody trying to fucking break somebody on some goofy shit.
Right.
Like, how the fuck are you trying to get rich down here? And that's what people gotta stop, man. People gotta stop that shit, man. It ain't always all about a dollar and stuff all the time, man. It's all about the connections you make and how you build each other up.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I'm honest with this right here. Potentially, Nicholas and yourself, y'all have a chance to go somewhere I'm not going. Like, y'all got a mainstream chance. I don't have a desire to be in the lights like that. But say, for instance, y'all do make it, and it comes up some opportunity y'all can provide for me. I done created the fucking energy and shit, of the connection between us and shit that you won't forget me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? People don't think like that, man. Everybody think social media has got everybody thinking and shit that everybody can be a fucking superstar. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers out here trying to charge for walkthroughs and shit. and it's a crack. It cracking you. You know what I'm saying? They ain't got no following or nothing. You know what I'm saying? They ain't got no following or nothing. It's crazy to me, man, but it is what it is, because I told them in the podcast shit last year, it's a million fucking podcasts. But the thing is, you have to create your own lane, be distinct, and see where you stand out at.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody just hopping some shit ain't gonna be doing it. I guarantee y'all, everybody y'all see doing what you doing right now, you look up, not even fucking 5 years, a year and a half, 2 years, they gonna be on to the next wave. You know what I'm saying? And you just gotta wait that shit out, man. This is how it is. That's just how I feel about.
It's not for a week.
It's definitely not. It's definitely not.
So time is currency then. at this level.
Time is money.
Yeah.
Down here at this level, because you see the ones who put the most time in and get the most.
It pay off because you gotta have, because
The
the
ones
key
that don't-
thing to have is vision. You know what I'm saying? Like when the shit start getting rocky and shit, you like, damn, this shit ain't going how I wanted to go. People ain't supporting like I think they should, but that's nearsightedness. You know what I'm saying? You seeing like what's right in front of you, and it ruined the dream, it ruined the vision, because you gotta see past the fucking rain, the snow, the walls, the nose. You know what I'm saying? The fuck you. You gotta see past all that to know where you want to be. And it's like I always tell people, when you go to sleep, you have a dream. And you can have a dream, you can remember it vividly in your head. But when you try to convey it to the next person, they like, what the fuck are you talking about? You're like, you don't understand. I'm telling you, it was clear as day, the motherfucker. Goddamn lion was eating the fucking tiger. You can't picture it. You know what I'm saying? But it's your dream. It's your dream. Nobody can see your dream or your vision like you can. So that's how you just gotta keep pushing and shit. Cause I guarantee you, man, all the people we consider stars and superstars now, it's somebody back there sucking on their teeth talking about some, they got lunches. You know what I'm saying? They ain't like I was telling you before. People see this shit on Tuesday. They see us go on Tuesday. But they don't know. I go to sleep thinking about this show. I wake up thinking about this show. In my head, ain't no days off. You know what I'm saying?
That's how I be.
And that's how people gotta understand it's a hustle. And that's like, you go to what you said, time is money. Your time more important than anything, you know what I'm saying? But anything you want to say in closing?
I do want to tell you guys to follow me on Instagram and Twitter. Once again, it's Kambria Music, Kambria. You can also find me on Facebook just as Kambria. Once again, that's Kambria. I also have a SoundCloud. Search me, Kambria. Everything is Kambria. If you want to be on my YouTube, that's Kambria too. But remember, it's a K and not a C. And you can also find my single bedroom on any platform that you like to see it on. Please check it out. That real R&B.
And you have video for it?
I'm in the making of it right now. It's gonna be dope. It's gonna be dope.
You got any shows coming up?
I do. I have a show with my band this Saturday actually, and I'm gonna be opening up for K Stylist, the guy that's saying "Booty Me Down." Y'all know. I'm opening up for him. I think
If
on
he
the
don't sing Topanga,
27th.
we don't fuck with him.
Well, you know, I gotta do what I gotta do.
Don't fuck with you. I'm fucking with you.
But yeah. So that's coming up. That's this month. And like I said, go check me out on. I got that play coming up November 2nd. Come see that. I'm gonna be singing, dancing, and acting, and there will be a celebrity guest. The last play
we are the celebrity guests.
The last play we had Thelma from Good Times, and y'all watch Stump the Yard. What's that nigga name for Stump the Yard? The light skinned nigga that be like.
Did you call me the light skinned nigga when you say it? So you that light skinned nigga for some of the yards?
I didn't say that. I was being professional.
I know.
But he was in it, and we're going to have another celebrity guest, but I cannot tell you who it is. You just got to come. You got to buy your tickets. It's going to be great, y'all. I play a crazy girl. Her name is Delia.
We definitely look forward to checking it out. We should see you at American's event
Yes, I will
coming
be
up.
there.
Shout out to American. We will be in the building hosting. Juby, you shooting that, ain't you?
Yeah.
Juby gonna shoot.
Snapping it up.
And that all come from the networking. You know what I'm saying? Something slipped my mind. Oh, tell me about the package we offer people who come on.
Oh yeah, man. So for all the artists, man, that come onto the podcast, we offer free photo shoot and free music video for wherever you're.
Sorry.
So
That's
just
tight.
contact through the podcast. You schedule your photo shoot, your video shoot through the page on Instagram,
Okay.
and you can set it up like that.
That's dope.
For sure.
I'm
Thank you.
definitely trying to get my portfolio with these pictures. I'm going to hit you up.
That's what's up. Anything you want to say, Cole?
Man, make sure y'all check the full video coming out Friday. Definitely coming out Friday, man. Check out the episode tomorrow. If you ain't get to hear it right now, that's gonna be streaming on everything, man. Starting at 12 a.m. 12 a.m. Right? It's not. I'll be getting that shit before.
I'm be honest with you, man. I don't know what the fuck that. I just look up and say you got a podcast alert. Okay.
So that shit coming, and we looking for some actors and actresses, man. We got some short movies and films, man, that we writing, man. We cooking up some stuff. So we're gonna be looking for some actors and actresses as well. We got all the, big boy duty shit on dick, man. So we preparing for that. And then I make music for fun, so you can look for my next mixtape.
Hot Boy is winner.
Flavor 2, man.
Hot boy autumn. Hot boy autumn.
Flavors coming out, man. And
He trying to downplay his shit, man. Go on Spotify, look for flavors too. Check that shit out, vibe with it. It goes.
Ooh.
Yeah,
It goes. He tried to downplay that shit. He over there being humble and shit. Oh, shucks.
Check that out when you feel like it, man.
Anything you want to say? Talk about your rap album you got put out?
Man, I ain't got no rap album.
Outside
but
the sound,
I'm gonna have
Pause.
a video recorder of my adventures. You know, it's that catch flight not feeling season. Hey, look, that's like the title of a good R&B. She's still.
I do stuff.
I do stuff too.
I be doing stuff. I be doing stuff.
You know, I'm not a Renaissance person, but I'm,
You know, be cooking.
traveling to Houston, so you know.
When you cutting that?
Price,
As soon as we leave here, straight to the airport.
Ooh, I do want to say one more thing. Y'all like to work out? I do. I'm just kidding. Follow my workout page. Cam's Fit, KAMS period FIT _. So y'all can get y'all workout on with me, so you can be healthy and fit and sexy for your
Today's
man.
podcast brought to you by.
Who you talking to? Oh, okay.
Yeah. That's a good little plug in there. Good little plug, man.
You heard Kambria, get your fat ass up, bitch. He was talking to you, bitch. Hey, that's how come. That's how come. You gotta have your girl that's already fit, so you ain't gotta tell her, get up, fatty. You know what I'm saying? but no, all jokes aside, shout out, check out her fitness page, check her out on all social media, check out Juvie. He definitely put the plug in. We definitely about to take this to a new level. I told him, man, I don't know if he's seen the comment yet, but he should be making his return to the ring in 2020. And as far as 2020 goes, we see some dangerous shit coming up. 2020 vision got us seeing a great comeback.
Oh, I like that. Because 2020 and
Yeah, I
2020
did that.
vision.
Shout out to Saad. He always come through, and she came through and shit stunned today. I got a free Red Bull, 8 ounce, but it was a Red Bull. Shout out to Nikki Neptune and the gang coming through. It's always dope to have Nikki come through, man. He bring a positive fucking energy in here and shit, and he's respectful. He don't come in here twerking.
Yep.
Thank you everybody for tuning in and shit. It's always a pleasure to talk to y'all. Y'all had another episode of the best podcast you never heard of. We catch you next Tuesday. We got a guest next Tuesday, right? Jasmine, your buddy.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
We got another fledgling podcaster coming in. Hope that this person can catch some tips from us, because we great. No, not saying we better everybody, but they just good. You know how we do it. Catch y'all next week.
Bye, y'all.
The Conceited Knowbody. Every Tuesday at 8 p.m.